Hello, my name is Andrea, and today I'm going to be talking about the kingdom Plantae. There are 5 kingdoms in which all living things are divided, and this is one of them. The kingdom Plantae, also known as Metaphora, includes all types of eukaryotic, multicellular, photosynthetic plants found in this biosphere. Most of the organisms in this kingdom are autotrophs, which synthesize their own food with the help of solar energy. Among the 5 kingdoms, Kingdom Plantae is a very important one because it is the source of food for all the other living creatures present on Earth, which depend on plants to survive, and this kingdom contains about 300,000 different species of plants. The major characteristics of this kingdom are the following. They are eukaryotic and multicellular, their cells have cellulose walls, majority have a transport system, they have photosynthesis, hence they are autotrophic. Reproduction is both asexual and sexual, and they show alternation of generation. This was some general information about the kingdom Plantae, and now my teammates will continue to explain it.
Next, we're gonna talk about the divisions and the subdivisions of the Plantae. The first division that we have are the bryophytes. This is a generic term applied to a group of small plants that usually grow in humid areas on the ground, tree trunks, and rocks. They are non-vascular plants. This means that they don't have conducting vessels.
The subdivisions for this division are rhodophytes, also known as red algae. They are an important group of algae that comprises around 7,000 species of a great diversity of shapes and sizes. They are characterized by their immobility due to the lack or evolutionary loss of flagella at all stages of their life cycle. Secondly, we have Phaeophysae, also known as brown algae. They are, for the most part, marine algae characterized by their brown color. Many phaeophysids reproduce asexually through spores. They are found in rough areas of the polar seas, although there are some in the deep ocean. Then we have chlorotypes. They are also known as green algae. They are considered predecessors of terrestrial green plants. They can reproduce vegetatively by fragmentation and cell division, asexually by spores and zoospores, and sexually by conjugation, which is the union of two sex cells called gametes. Finally, we have mosses. They are small, non-vascular, flowerless plants that typically form dense clumps or green mats. They can reproduce sexually or asexually.
The second division we have are the pteridophytes. These are vascular plants that disperse spores. Because they produce neither flowers nor seeds, they are sometimes referred as cryptogams, referring to the fact that no seed is produced. The third division we have are the gymnosperms. They are flowerless plants that produce cones and seeds. This term literally means naked seed, because their seeds are not encased within an ovary. Rather, they sit exposed on the surface of leaf-like structures called bracts. The fourth division we have are the angiosperms. They are plants with seeds and flowers, are the most diverse group of land plants. The angiosperms are seed-producing plants. They are distinguished from the gymnosperms by characteristics including flowers, endosperm within their seeds, and the production of fruits that contain the seeds. They are divided into
On one hand, monocotyledons, commonly known as monocots. They constitute one of the main groups into which flowering plants have traditionally been divided. What characterizes them is that they have a single cotyledon in their embryo instead of the ancestral number of 2. And, on the other hand, dicotyledons, also known as dicots. They are the second of the two groups in which all flowering plants are found. Its main characteristic, unlike monocots, is that the seed has 2 embryonic leaves or cotyledons.
In the Plantae kingdom, the non-vascular plants are made up of the hepatic, liverworts, and the cerote and the sera and mucimosus classes. The first class is Hepatic, on the lower face of the thallus, rhizoid formed, which resemble the functions of the roots. These rhizoids help to fix the plant to the substrate of the soil. Liverworts are small plants not very noticeable, and whose presence is restricted to extremely humid environments. Liverworts do not have stomachs, but have air chambers formed by vertical and branching rows of photosynthetic cells. The spores are disseminated by wind or water, and when germinating they develop the turn attached to the substrate by fine trichomes-colored rhizoids. The second class is antecerotes. The cells of the thallus contain a large individual disc-shaped chloroplast and pyronite surrounding a discoidal chloroplast. The epidermis of the thallus has some pores or some formed by oclusive reniform cells. Besides, it does not have ventral scales. The sexual organs Androidea and Archegonius develop inside the crypts or pores of the thallus, and thus maintain a symbiotic relationship with some cyanobacteria of the genus Nostoc, which submit on the mucilaginous cavity of the thallus. In the Minoecious species, Archegonius and Anders develop in the same plant, but in the dioecious, Archegonius and Anders are formed in different plants on the lobed surface for the gametate. Archegonians open and at the area are located in a pteroidal chambers under the surface of the thallus. The sexual structures are located in specialty structures or on the ventral surface on the thallus.
Well, continuing, I am going to talk to you about families in Plantae. There are a great quantity of families and diversity in the plant kingdom. The family with most species is called Asteraceae or Compositae, or also known as the daisy family. Right now, there will be a list of the families that have the most species worldwide. Orchidaceae, or also the orchid family. Fabaceae, as the bean family. Rubiaceae, as the madder family. Poaceae, as in the grass family. Lumiaceae, as the mint family. Euphorbiaceae, as the spurge family. And finally, Melastomaceae, as Melatom family.
Conclusion. The business of plants dates back to the Paleozoic era. The evolution of algae leads them to develop the first leaves. Mosses, along with conifers and flower plants, constitute the first plant civilization to leave the marine environment to conquer the land. Rather than adorning a place, plants have helped the ecosystem enormously since its origin. Plants play many roles, such as maintaining the atmosphere, recycling matter in biochemical cycles, creating ecosystems for living beings, and providing raw material for manufacturing products. The variety in the kingdom makes different needs covered and that each species fulfills its role in the ecosystem.